It's the first week of tracking this second album. Here we are 4 years later, and we're starting this process. I forget how tedious it is to go back and listen and make sure there are no issues, no flubs. I'm used to playing live. Live doesn't require as much technical expertise as going on an album. So I tracked all of my guitars for Eviscerate, which is our first single. That's gonna be pretty cool. We got into production, and of course, I'm like, hey, what if we had this little, flavor thing here? What if we do this here? When I demoed it, it was not perfect, and I'm now figuring out exactly how things are gonna be played, because there's a lot of demo stuff that it's like, get the idea out, be done. I've been putting this new PRS MT15 through its paces, so this is the version 2 that just came out this year, and I really like this amp. Beyond that, we started tracking another tune called Beldam. The majority of you are going to have it misspelled to Bedlam. It's not Bedlam, it's Beldam, which is some interesting lore. I don't know much about it. Ross knows everything about it. He wrote the song. I just wrote the music. It's definitely a lot more ballady, a lot more finesse. There's a lot of clean, there's a lot of dirty channels. It's one of those things that it's like, I can play this clean stuff in my sleep, but as soon as I get to it and we hit the record button, I go, this is just kind of how the process has been so far. We learned a lot of stuff doing Monsters. I feel really good about it. I'm really happy with it. I'm so excited for everybody to hear this album. I think I've been writing on it for like 2.5, 3 years. We took a little bit of a break after Monsters just to let that album do what it needs to do, and it's done what it needs to do. If you notice, our space is pretty different than what we recorded last time, and we're very, very grateful to Jared Carey for letting us do that all in his basement last time. But this time, this is where we work, and so we can get our work done and then switch over and then start tracking stuff. And it's allowing us to make that process easier on us. Probably the biggest difference on this album as opposed to the last one. The last one, I think I played 3 or 4 different guitars, I think Ross played like 5 different guitars on one song. I didn't have the guitars that I have now, so all my PRSs all have the same pickups in them. They're all pretty much matched as far as electronics go, and so now I'm on Bare Knuckle Aftermath, much better pickup. I think it's gonna just be way better in general. Yeah, we're excited to see how this goes. We're starting to ramp up doing shows again now that we have Jeremy. We're gonna start kind of filtering these songs into sets and into rehearsal and figuring out what works and what doesn't from a playability standpoint, not just a production standpoint. I think at the end of the day, this album is going to at least be in line with what Monsters was for us. I'm hoping even better. There's some tweaks and there's some new things, and I'm learning new things. So I'm excited to get this process done so Evan can start doing his wizardry with it and really making these songs like that extra 40% on top of the 80% that we do that really pops them and just really makes them stick out, and the dynamics that come with that. So this album is gonna be so good. I'm so happy with the demos. I know it can only get better. So in the meantime, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all the things and all the internet places, and we'll see you on the next one. Well, here we are at the end of week 1 recording for our second album. And I know what you're all thinking. You're wondering, why is Ross wearing glasses? Well, it's a simple explanation, really. We started trying to record a week ago yesterday. We had some troubleshooting issues that we solved over the weekend, but once we finally got Jacob's guitar plugged in and got it recording, it was so heavy that I burst a blood vessel in my eye. And so according to the doctor, I can't wear contacts for a while.
When this album comes out, listen at your own discretion and consult a doctor.